Hello, hello. I'm back.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Oh my
You
god.
like my cravat?
I don't like it. I love it.
Yay! It does not bounce with me, but that's okay. I don't always bounce. It'll be fine.
It doesn't have to bounce.
Okay. Everybody back?
Um
Everybody good?
Derps is making food, so he'll
Yeah.
be a bit.
No worries. No problem. Um,
I
I,
am I am also going to be making food shortly, although it won't take as long.
yeah, you're fine. And if I need to just take over voices for a while, that's okay. Because I know Esper. How much longer do you think you'll be okay to stay?
I can stay for maybe like another hour and a half.
Okay, awesome. So
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and keep going, and I'll just fill in the blanks where needed. All right. And also, Alpha, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I'm having fun too.
Yeah, and speaking of, sorry to cut you off
No,
again,
you're
but
good.
speaking of yay, I just hit 25K.
Hey, congrats.
Yeah, let's go.
So yeah, I am 3/4 of the way to 100,000.
Nice. All right.
All right, carry on.
Uh, with the death of Bastion Rook and the revelation that Shelley de Killer was in our midst, the case had taken a turn we could have never predicted. Mr. Knight ordered that the door to the presidential plane be opened, and the emergency personnel attending to Mr. Rook's body were asked to leave. With the scene cleared, we stepped cautiously aboard.
Whoa.
Oh
no.
So we have a dead
Tamagotchis.
body on the plane.
Why are there Tamagotchis on the table?
Why are there Tamagotchis? Is this like taking place in the late 90s?
No, this is. Oh gosh, when is it?
Because
Like,
Tamagotchis, I think,
maybe-
were popular in like the early 2000s.
Oh no, Tamagotchis were like back in my day.
No, wait, they were like
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah. Okay.
I think this game was developed in 2010-ish,
Yes,
but
yeah.
the timeline in the game here is like 2019.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
So Tamagotchis were still somewhat relevant in 2019.
They probably
The
aren't
complete
actually
opposite-
Tamagotchis, but it's
The
fine.
complete opposite of today.
All right. Go ahead, De Killer. Oh, he's not here. That's right. Okay.
He's Esper for now, if you want to fill the role.
Oh, sure.
Sure. No president in sight. No, where could he be?
Who knows?
Ah, so he's hiding behind the bulkhead door over there, is he? As courageous in the face of danger as ever.
Ha! Sorry to disappoint, but did you seriously expect him to be standing here waiting to meet his assassin?
Yes, I did. As we have already established.
That was perfect.
Thank you. My interest lies only in the successful conclusion of this investigation. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would be so kind as to examine the body.
All right. I believe he's dead.
Very good, thank you.
It's quite obvious by the pool of blood he's leaving behind.
My only option right now is to play along. The rest is up to you, Detective Gumshoe. So the attempted assassination of the president has become the murder of a bodyguard.
You look like you could use a little help there, Mr. Edgeworth.
Not that I need it, but yes.
That's what I thought. Then there's nothing else for it.
All right, it's time to remake the crime scene.
Yeah!
Yay!
Kay Faraday, great thief extraordinaire. We'll just have to take it from here.
Oh, really? You mean you're going to solve the case for me?
Nope,
I thought not.
but I will provide vital assistance. Now let's get to scouring this crime scene top to bottom. Oh, we don't get little thief. Okay.
It will take Detective Gumshoe a while to assemble our backup, so I'll need to draw this part of the investigation out for as long as possible. Okay.
Investigation start.
I'm gonna examine the body. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention.
So he was shot in his on the left side of his chest.
Yes.
That's the worst way to go.
The bullet seems to have entered just under his armpit and went through his body. Where did it exit?
Clean
Where did
through,
it
too.
exit? He was hidden in areas bullet vest didn't cover.
It probably went out the back.
Yee. Like it was on
Damaged his
purpose, but-
spine.
Ooh.
The cause of death would appear to be loss of blood. Attempts were made to snatch it.
Or
Staunch it, yeah, staunch it.
Staunch it.
But to no avail.
Oh, does that not have a U in it? I always read it like a U.
Wound to the torso, went through his went. Okay.
Well, I think it went. I don't think it went across. I think it went forward and then back.
I was gonna say if it, based on the trajectory thing, if it hit the president, it must have also. I have no idea. I don't know how bullets work per se, but I feel like this bodyguard must have been shot in the same area as the flag and the balloon.
It does seem to be that, but I think that happened first. Yeah, we'll see.
The medics must have been brought in to try and save him.
Sadly, it was too late. A little, too little, too late. Gun? So the victim is also carrying a revolver.
It looks like he was trying to use it.
He probably drew it on instinct when he felt threatened. We should check to see if he'd managed to fire any rounds off.
He wouldn't
All
have.
there, and no other signs of the weapon having been used. Was this one on loan from Jingfa too?
Yep. Sure. Wait, that was me.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
sorry, my bad.
You're good. You're good. Yep. Sure was. We're always issued with the same model gun. Must have been a Smith & Wesson 500 bone collector or something.
It's a bulletproof, attaché case, I think. Bodyguards use them to shield their clients from gunfire. There were some in Kay's photograph, too. Looks like Rook and Knight each had one. Oh.
So this was like some sort of shield.
Yeah.
He. Oh, hey, that's the photo I snatched.
You can hardly steal a photo at a public event, Kay.
But I'm snatching up a moment in time with every picture I take, you know?
I take it snatch is your new favorite word?
Yeah, I'm kind of trying something.
Hold on. I
Maybe.
have a sound that perfectly fits that word.
Shoo! Nice.
That's just Kay's whole gimmick.
It's the victim, Mr. Bastian Rook, bodyguard to the president of Xingfa.
As we've already established.
Correct.
He's one of the guys that brought the president inside as soon as the shooting started.
Which means he continued to do his duty right up until his dying breath. At least he'll get...
At
Oh, yeah.
least he'll get posthumously promoted.
Kay, it's better to know when to say nothing at all than to end up with your foot in your mouth.
What do you mean?
I mean, bodyguards don't even operate on the same rank promotion system as the police in the first place. Okay, I guess the blood, maybe? No, I did that.
Yeah, you did the blood already. You've got...
I think
you've
that's
got
it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I think that's it.
basically everything, yeah.
Why are there gas masks? 2 gas masks.
mask.
In case of poison gas attack, I suppose. The president certainly seems to think he's at a risk of assassination at all times.
Wow, gas masks. I've never seen one before. I've heard plenty about them, of course.
Oh, from a fellow thief, I presume?
No, from the Jammin' Ninja. You know, my favorite kids' TV show. Princess Murasaki was getting married. The toxic ninja Wolfsbane showed up to lay down some sick burns.
Oh my gosh. And time to tune out. Might save myself a brain cell or two. Tamagotchis!
You and
love
me
that.
both, Edgeworth.
Oh, weird. Why is the bullet...
Nightmare fuel.
That looks heavy. So this is what a president wears, huh? Must be made of something super special.
Yes, to protect him from the bullets.
What? So it's not just for show?
Of course not. This is a bulletproof vest.
Oh, so that's what one of those looks like. Why didn't you just say so? Now I feel silly.
Pull the lever,
Okay.
Crunk!
Run, lever!
A curious figure of a curious animal with a curious expression is staring straight at me.
As soon as I said that, my phone dropped.
Oh no! And look,
It's fine though.
there's a big lever right by its butt. Ellipses. Don't even think about it. Oh, I wasn't thinking anything, I swear. I imagine that lever opens the panels beneath my feet.
Ah, I see. So he's standing on a trapdoor.
I strongly advise you not to pull it. Do so, and you will regret it.
Pulls it. You know, I'm okay with taking some advice, especially when it's from a professional killer. Tamagotchis! These personal safety alarms are very colorful. Looks like they get a lot of use as
they're
well.
life alerts.
Yeah, basically.
I like the president. He seems like a thoughtful guy. Buying these for his kids, maybe his wife too.
Why would they all be here if that was the case? No, these are for all his personal use.
Objection, Your Honor! It's simply not possible for one person to use this many personal alarms. Why, you ask? Because he is human, and therefore possesses only 2 hands.
20 hands wouldn't be enough to count the number of objections I have about that objection.
The files.
Yeah, documents of some kind.
We could always, steal a glance.
Whoa!
Wait,
Oh,
a
they
new
switched
security
them.
plan?
Yeah. Another security plan.
Oh yeah, like the one from the trash can.
Precisely. But wait, something feels off. Deduce.
Eureka!
The 2 plans are different. Was the security detail reorganized at some point? Yes, it was. It's written right on the paper, Edgeworth.
Huh? Oh, you're right.
Knight.
Oh, this is me. Sorry.
You're okay.
Yeah, we made some last-minute changes yesterday. President's orders.
Why the urgency?
Because of what happened the day before, the killer here tried to take him down. He infiltrated the security detail, posed as one of us. Rook figured it out first, but not before the guy got within striking distance of the president. If our leader hadn't stepped in just then, we'd all have been out of a job. But he made it, and our friend here wound up with a seriously twisted arm. Rook put a bullet in it for good measure, too.
And where were you while this was happening?
Being strangled?
Exactly.
You were the first one I overpowered, were you not?
Ah, to killer music.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Shut up, kid!
Oh, now I get it. Remember this?
Busted my neck up so bad I can't even look to my right.
I was somewhat astonished to have sustained an injury at all. A testament to Mr. Rook's skill. He was truly a master of his craft. Unlike a certain other someone I can mention.
I'm just as good as he ever was.
You were a pawn to his queen, my young friend.
Crean?
Cream.
What the heck do you know?
So that's why you remember Mr. Rook's name? You admired his skill as a bodyguard.
Indeed. While I was serving on the team, I learned the names of all the operatives. But his in particular stayed with me. It joined the very short list of those who have ever successfully wounded me.
So that's the connection he was talking about.
And that's why we changed up the security plan. Had to be sure there weren't any more assassins in the ranks. The president didn't want anybody on stage he didn't trust, so we only trust 2 people. Me and Rook.
Oh. How does that explain your change of position?
Oh yeah! He switched over to the right-hand side.
I told you, I can't turn my neck to the right. Could only cover the president's left side. So I wound up moving to the right side of the stage. Interesting.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, new area. You holding out okay?
What?
Oh, no, I was talking to Tabby.
Oh, okay. I didn't do it. I'm a reporter. I bag scoops, not souls. But then why did you lie about your jacket and the laser sight? That was... I just knew y'all wouldn't think it was would think it was fishy. Is that really all it is? Please, you gotta believe me. I could never do something like this. I'd like to tell you everything. You will be alright, but just try not to worry too much. If you really are innocent, I'll prove it, one way or another. Thanks, Chief. I believe in you. How many times must I tell you I'm not your chief? Oh, sorry, Ruffles. Clean forgot you were chief number 2. That's not what I meant. I can't really present anything.
Yeah, you can't talk to her about anything else aside from
I talked to
her
them.
suspicion.
I have high hopes for your investigation. I do hope you won't betray my trust in you. Things are progressing well, I hope.
There's no need to worry. Things are progressing just fine.
Remember, I absolutely despise betrayals of all kinds.
Yes, I know.
Indeed you do. So please, do take care not to double-cross me. Accidentally or otherwise.
I mean, personally, I have no attachment to this guy, so you can kill him if you want to. No.
Honestly, yeah, he kind of deserves
I
it.
really have no choice but to do as he says for now.
Can't believe I let an assassin onto the president's plane.
You know very well it was for the good of the investigation, Mr. Knight.
Don't give me that. I know what you really want.
You do indeed. Because you heard me say it already. I wish to know the truth behind Mr. Rook's death.
But you did also say you were asked to assassinate the president by a certain someone?
Ellipses. You seem to have forgotten that there are more pressing matters at hand. I don't often carry out unpaid work, but it's not entirely unheard of.
Ugh, fine. I'll get back to the investigation.
Good. I am expecting great things from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay, I'm gonna logic some stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Yay, logic stuff. No, it can't be that one. Okay, that must mean.
Did we find the bullet hole?
Well, they said it was under his armpit.
But, like, where it ended up. It's a bank of monitors displaying camera feeds from and around the plane. Let's see.
I was gonna say
bull!
that also means.
What on
What?
earth is this?
Oh, that.
I have returned.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome back. You're back with Shelly. Esper was filling your role for you.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can be back as
Yep.
that one. guy.
Once I'm done with this part of the investigation, I'm gonna make my food.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. For now. Oh, it's the president's favorite plushie. It's a memento of something. Anyway, don't touch.
But if that's the case, then why has it been...
Left up there, like nobody cares about. Oh wait, that's you.
That's
Sorry. Sorry.
It's hard. They
No,
both
you're
start
good.
with K, so...
Yeah. Left up there like nobody cares about it? Yeah, that is pretty weird.
Certainly wouldn't be the first place I would think to display a beloved item. Wait, are those shards of glass underneath it? I thought something seemed strange about this cubbyhole, but now I'm sure of it. There is almost certainly another monitor here.
Hmm.
That is pretty static.
These monitors are displaying the cockpit and part of the plane's exterior, but I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh,
That's the outside of the plane.
Most intruders could not hope to approach without being spotted. But such measures would be mere child's play in my case.
Whoa. You're saying you can get past cameras like these without being seen?
Of course. With ease, of course.
You have to teach me how. Please! Are you taking on apprentices by any chance?
Kay! You do realize who you're talking to, don't you?
Sorry. I'm gonna ask, though. What a great skill for a great thief to know.
Unfortunately for you, I am not the type to take on understudies.
You're not, huh? Shame.
Shame? In what way exactly? Okay, I think that's it.
yeah.
Oh, us. This monitor is displaying a feed in this very room.
They didn't go cheap when they bought these, huh? Very high res.
Except for the top one.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't quite tell myself, but
I can even see the little crow's feet around your eyes. Oh, my bad. They're just the usually deeply etched lines. You know, on your forehead.
if you've quite finished... Okay.
Mhm.
Can I logic now with the glass? No.
No, not yet.
I think I want to do this.
Well, let's see.
I got me some popcorn shrimp. with some
Hey,
salmon.
we got some logic. All right. Who wants to fulfill night and wait? Actually, Gumshoe doesn't show up yet.
Yeah, Gumshoe's gone, so...
I'll fill in as night.
Okay.
I appreciate it. So give him like a You'll just surprise me.
I know.
Anyway, I'll be back.
Okay.
2 bullets were fired in total. We know this because 2 shots were heard. One traveled through the flag and into the balloon. The other took Mr. Rook's life.
But there's a bullet in the president's vest too, right? How was that possible?
How indeed. The numbers don't add up. However, there's one possible explanation.
There is.
After passing through his body, the bullet that took Mr. Rook's life was found itself lodged in the vest. In other words, 2 of our bullets were in fact 1.
No way!
He's right. If the president hadn't been wearing that vest, things could have been a lot worse.
And he wasn't injured at all by the impact? Even when obstructed by a vest, a bullet can inflict serious damage.
Sure, I've known guys who got broken bones that way. But the president's okay. He's made of strong stuff.
Sounds like he didn't even need a vest.
Let's not get carried away here. I want that bullet's ballistic markings analyzed.
Remind me what those are again?
Guns leave a unique pattern of grooves on every bullet they fire. By examining those grooves, we can use them to identify which gun it came from. Think of them as fingerprints of a sort.
Yeah. You can tell all that from a bullet? Then what are we waiting for? Analyze away.
It might be easier said than done.
Yeah, because we don't have the bullet.
That bullet hit solid armor. The impact will have completely flattened it. You'll be lucky if there's anything left for forensics to find.
What? But I was all set for some analyzing.
Oh, door. The president is on the other side of this door.
And what a door it is. Bet I could get the better of it, though.
Just the door.
Get the better of it? Doors aren't there to be beaten.
Not the ones you've seen, but look how heavy it is. Look at that lock. It's just sitting there, begging me to try it.
Calm down, Kay, and think. Why might this door be locked?
For me to open it, of course.
Precisely, for you to open it, of course.
Ellipses.
Over a door about a whole way.
More dots. Wait, what is the right answer anyway? I don't think there's anything else that I can... Oh, bird! A riot
Burb.
shield, and next to it a canary in a cage.
Aw, she's so sweet. I want one. Did you ever see a cuter partner in crime?
Partner in crime.
Well, yeah. She could help me with lockpicking, stuff like that. A great thief has no greater ally than nature, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sadly, such birds are most commonly used for detecting poisonous gases. Wait, this one isn't actually for that, is
Oh.
it? I don't think there's anything else that I can check. Wait. I thought I saw a not checked.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Oh. It's like very precise.
I hate it when it does that.
Okay. Trapdoor, I think.
Nope, the body.
Oh. Well, he said there's nothing more to be found here, so. Can I logic more? Should I gun and gun? I'm gonna gun and gun. Okay.
Yeah.
The two guns are exactly the same, meaning it's
Well, there
likely
you go.
they're not actually Edgeworth. There's a laser sight on one of them. It's likely that one of them was found from Xingfa.
The bodyguards all got their guns from the Xingfa authorities, right?
Yes.
Are they, like, super rare or anything?
No, I don't believe so. This model isn't exactly easy to come by in this country, but it's certainly not impossible either.
Boo! Here I thought they might be valuable treasures.
Yes, it is something of a shame.
Wow! I just mentioned treasures and you actually responded for once.
I only meant to point out that if the guns were rarer, it'd be much easier to trace them. Which would have made them treasures of the evidence variety, I suppose.
See? Everything's a treasure hunt one way or another, including this investigation.
You could say that.
Alright then, it's treasure hunting time. On with the investigation.
She certainly seems a lot more enthusiastic all of a sudden. Huh? Oh, yay!
That's quite enough investigating for now.
Nah. What is taking so long, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, have you solved the case?
No, not yet.
Is that so? Then perhaps interviewing another key witness might help you do so.
Another witness? Who? I feel like Knight would actually be a good one.
You don't mean...
The most important witness of all,
Oh.
the man on the other side of that door.
He really intends to have me question the president?
No, if it would be so kind as to summon him, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop right there, killer! You're nuts if you think I'd let him anywhere near you! Well, Mr. President, I'm sure you are watching us through your security feed, aren't you? In which case, I politely request that you show yourself. That is, if you value your bodyguard's life.
Oh,
Many dots.
many dots.
More many dots. Even more many dots.
Many, many dots.
Well then, if nothing else, we know now what kind of a man you really are. Mr. President! Stop! You can't do this! Let's just all calm down, alright?
Come on, Detective. Where the blazes are you? Eek! The lights! What's happening?
Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth. I would advise you to stay very still.
Ooh.
It seems I will not be granted my audience with the President after all. even with Mr. Knight's life as my bargaining chip. No, no, stop!
Kay! You won't get away with this, Dekiller.
I have seen enough, and now I know the truth.
Where are you? Where did you go? Naring.
I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Edgeworth.
There he goes.
Did he kill Knight?
I don't know. I'm assuming this is Kay, maybe?
It's Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, Gumshoe.
Oh.
Detective Gumshoe?
Well, sick K impression.
I can be Gumshoe, or do you want to be? Because Kay's gone for a while, so do you want to be Gumshoe, Esper?
I know you wanted to be able to do the gumshoe.
Oh, I can do him after you're done. So while you're here, if you want to take him over, that's fine.
All right, sir, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
That hair, immaculate. Kay is still there. Nice. I thought.
Oh, yeah. So do you want? Because I can still keep K if you want gumshoe.
That's okay, because I'm also still Tabby. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I must have been knocked unconscious.
Sir, you're okay. Are you all right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Never mind me. He didn't hurt you, did he, Kay?
Nah, I'm fine. Only just woke up myself. My head will be sore for a while, but that's about it. So you can stop worrying.
Detective, did you manage to stop the killer?
Well, see, Miss Lloyd came running out of the plane and, she told us he'd flown the coop. We were too late. I'm sorry, sir. Bodyguard over there told us something, too. Seems there was an inflatable boat missing from by the window. The killer must have stolen it and rowed himself across the lake.
What about the cordon around the park?
I'd call everybody back in to stake out the plane, including the guy stationed across the water.
No. So he's completely slipped through our fingers?
Not the best look for the department, but yeah.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Knight, you're alive.
Yeah, no thanks to that murderer.
Oh, that reminds me. I found this lying on the ground next to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
A calling card, marked with a seashell.
Guess he wanted to leave a message.
The killer usually leaves these next to the bodies of his victims.
But you're not dead, sir.
But I could have been. Maybe that's the message. I can't stop thinking about his parting words.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And now I know the truth. The truth about what?
Roger that. I'll clear out here. Sir, over.
What's going on?
That was the president. He's coming out.
Now?
Man, took him long enough.
So buff!
I'll be pres.
Okay, so he's the president of the Xingfa, Mr. Dijun Wang. I'm trying to figure out what his pun is. Dijun Wang. I don't know.
And you are?
It's an honor to meet you, Mr. President. My name is Miles Edgeworth.
The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I am Dijun Wang. Your efforts on behalf of Zhengfa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis.
He must be referring to the Yatagaratsu case. Thank you, sir, but all I did was solve a few local cases of murder.
You are too humble. I have been observing your investigation. You are an impressive operator, Mr. Edgeworth. even if the killer did get away.
That's very kind of you to say. So he was watching through his security feed.
Sadly, I must inform you that this is as far as your investigation goes.
Exclamation point. What do you mean?
Hear me, foolish prosecutor, for I shall say this only once. Knight has apprised me of the state affairs. And from this point forward, the case will be handled by Zhengfa's police force, the finest in the world.
Even with the killer out of the picture, they're still looking to get me thrown off the case.
What do you think you're doing, pal? Nobody talks to Mr. Edgeworth like that. If it hadn't been for him, the killer would've.
Detective! Forgive him, Mr. President, but I must confess to being somewhat confused. I fail to see how or why this case falls within Xingfa's jurisdiction.
You failed to see? Enough, puny prosecutor.
Stop calling me puny.
You seek explanations from a head of state? I say no. 1,000 times no. I will not explain myself to you. Now hand over the evidence you have gathered and remove yourselves from this plane.
Remove that jacket. That color's horrible.
I do, as he says if I were you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah. This can't really be the end of the line, can it? Oh. Oh. Why? Why let us come so far only to pull the case out from under us?
Now, you may leave. Knight, detain the suspect.
Oh, more tabby.
Yes, sir, right away. To make an attempt on my life to murder one of my faithful servants. The effrontery, the villainy.
Effrontery, nice. That's a good.
Effrontery, yeah.
Every stream we have a word of the day. I think this is our word of the day. I didn't murder nobody, 'cause
Shut your mouth, Miss Journalist. Answer me this. In a world already lousy with lies, with deception, with sin and iniquity, can we stand by to suffer yet another crime to go unpunished? I say no, 1,000 times no. There can be no forgiveness. There can be no surrender.
Never get up, never surrender. Like, what's the meme?
Never give up, never surrender.
Yeah.
Why, you ask me? Then I will tell you.
He's hiding something. I'm certain of it. And if I leave now, we'll never know what the truth.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's gotta be something we can do.
What would Wright do in this situation? Many dots. Think, Miles. Remember. How many times have you faced situations like this in the courtroom? You've confronted the lies of witnesses and countered the arguments of other lawyers. Has the critical evidence always been laid at your feet? No. And yet you always got to the truth of the situation in the end. With your greatest weapon of all. Your words!
Your words.
Logic chess time!
Let's
Now,
go.
let us analyze the state of play. Ooh.
Begone, puny prosecutor. Or do you dare defy the direct order of a president?
He's not going to listen. He clearly means to drown out any objection by means of pure rhetorical force. When an opponent is on the offensive, the best thing to do is bide my time and wait for an opening. As he said himself, he's the head of a state, a seasoned politician. He won't open himself up to attack easily. I can't let him bully me into submission. I have to stay calm and alert. If I can read his movements and expressions correctly, I may be able to find my moment. I thought that was Apollo's thing. My first aim should be to find out why is he insisting on Xingfa taking over the case. The board is set. Time to make my opening gambit. Who will take over? But we know who will take over, right? Please, about the case.
Can I give you permission to speak? No! 1,000 times no!
Okay, then I'll be quiet.
I am the leader of Zhengfa. I have no time for your insolent backcheck. Backcheck.
I was simply hoping to confirm one basic fact. You say that the investigation will now be assigned to your national police force?
I do. Now enough of your pointless questions. Good boy. The interior of this plane is the sovereign territory of Zhengfa. You have no rights here.
Is that so? Could it be that our current location itself is significant somehow? Should keep that in mind. It could be a useful clue. Explain to me. Could you at least explain to me why I'm off the case?
Imbecile! Cease your insolent jabbering. I need not explain myself to you. My reasons are my own, and they are none of your concern.
Perhaps it's time to employ my clue. Are they related to our current location? In the course of our conversation, I've deduced certain facts from your behavior, Mr. President. For example, you seem particularly aggressive when discussing our current location.
You smarmy smartaleck.
As you said yourself,
Smarmy.
Smarmy. As you said yourself, the presidential plane is the sovereign territory of Xingfa. And from that, we can infer that you believe the rules of extraterritorial... Wait, extraterritorial wait, no, I got it. No, I got it.
That's a hard word.
Extraterritoriality apply inside
There you
here.
go.
Is that correct?
Enough! Cease your objectionable whining.
I don't think that I am. I think I need to still bide.
If you have nothing else
Stop.
to say, then stop wasting my time and get out
Dang
of my
it.
sight. Damn.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I just need to keep pressing. Yeah. You can rant and roar all you like, but you won't escape my scrutiny. It was unmistakable. The moment I mentioned extraterritoriality, you became visibly agitated. Yay! Got him.
There you go.
I don't have a lot of health left. Oh.
You think you're clever, don't you? Let me answer your little question. It's true! Extraterritoriality applies. Your laws mean nothing here. And? Why does that matter, you ask? It matters because it means you are powerless. You have neither influence nor authority here.
Interesting. So the extraterritoriality issue does have something to do with all of this. Why do I have to say that word so much? Let's dig a little deeper into the claim that the plane is sovereign territory, shall we? Yay! This next move will surely decide the victor. He may be the president, but nobody is untouchable. I just have to find the right angle of attack. Okay. Does that rule really apply here? You believe that extraterritoriality applies here, but can you prove it?
Do we even understand what you're asking?
Of course. If I didn't, I wouldn't ask it.
Have you no shame? Calling into question a good word of one such as myself.
I probably should have.
Probably should have said, I have no more time for this.
You needn't
clearly
worry.
cannot-
Oh, sorry. You needn't worry about me. I'm not the one who needs saving. That would be Miss Lloyd, the woman who's being wrongfully accused of this crime.
Your chivalry is admirable, but it changes nothing. The right to Extraterritoriality cannot be denied. This is Shangfa.
If I want to take this any further, I'll need a clue of some kind. Let me try another tact for now. I don't think overplaying my hand would work, though, right? Surely you see that you've overplayed your hand. Yeah, I don't.
Nobody asked for your
yeah.
opinion. You need to only obey me.
I obeyed you. Okay.
You dare tell me how to govern? How to lead? You dare contradict me?
On the matter of Miss Lloyd's guilt, yes, I do.
No, she is guilty. She is the culprit. There is nothing left for debate.
I have a lot. I don't have anything to say. I don't know.
Who else could have fired from the outside of the plane? There's no other viable suspect.
Fascinating. So he's claiming that Miss Lloyd fired him from outside the plane. This could be a vital clue.
Ah.
Interesting. Because it happened outside the plane, right? So
Yes.
therefore it's not actually extraterritoriality. Yeah. You mustn't realize by now what a massive corner you've talked yourself into. Oh, oops.
Worthless. Meaningless bluster.
Okay, okay, I'll bide my time and then attack. Ah, that took a lot. Okay, that, and then I will just bide my time. Huh, time to deploy my clue.
There you go.
There you go. Whew. I don't have a lot of time left. I may not be able to call the extraterritoriality of the presidential plane into doubt. However, according to you, she shot at you from outside the aircraft, correct? In which case, extraterritoriality could not possibly apply in this case. Your assertion is entirely without merit, and the detainment of Miss Lloyd cannot be justified. Oh, good. Okay, good.
How could I have? Bested by a mere prosecutor, but I am the president. The president!
Humph. Checkmate. Oh, we survived.
We have survived from the word extraterritoriality.
Yes. I trust you won't mind if we continue our investigation now, Mr. President. Oh, you're gonna break out? You're gonna freak out? No? Oh, okay. Calm.
I hereby officially and unreservedly confirm my approval.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Consider it a gesture of the magnanimity and generosity for which my good office is known. Yes, for without noble acts...
Oh, I'm not pressing anything. Sometimes I just do this.
There can be no other outcome, for our goals are lofty, and our hearts. People of the Shangfa, I swear you here and now, this investigation will continue.
All that when you could have just said, okay, you got me.
Mr. Knight, if you would care to return the evidence.
Take it.
Yay, we got it back.
We
I wonder
did
if
it,
they took
Mr.
the badge
Edgeworth.
too.
What do you mean we did it, Kay? I did all the work.
I helped.
We sure did. And now the investigation can continue.
Whatever. Enjoy your pocketful pawns. I'll be over here enjoying how to put them into play.
Humph. Then you'll definitely enjoy my next move. Mr. President, one more favor if you'd be so kind.
What is it?
Could you please give us your testimony concerning the incident itself?
Now you want me to testify? Whoa, that's your next move? If you want the president to testify, you'll have to take him to court.
All in good time, Mr. Knight. He'll get to his day in court soon enough. But if a person of interest refuses to cooperate with the investigation stage of the process, They are obliged to provide detailed justification as to their reasons for doing so.
That's...
What's the matter? Is there something you'd rather we didn't know? Got him.
Stand down, Knight. I'll do as the prosecutor asks.
Thank you for your cooperation.
I love the bow there.
I know.
Now listen, and listen well.
How are you doing on time, Esper?
I'm good for like another half hour. I'll
Okay.
just like dip at the start of the hour.
Yes.
All right, I am back, but I'm gonna stay muted because I have food.
Yeah, no worries.
So thanks for taking over, Bib.
All right, no worries.
Where was I when the incident occurred? The stage, of course. Suddenly, Rook and Knight jumped in front of me. Then, bang! A shot ran out, and a plain, unblemished balloon of red exploded nearby. Not hesitating for an instant, my bodyguards tried to escort me back to the safety of the plane. And then, the second shot. The bullet went right through Rook, and lodged itself into the bulletproof vest I was wearing.
I guess if you look at it in one way, the president is also a victim here.
They're so cute. Like them both,
Yeah.
like with their arms folded. That's my
Like
daughter.
she's copying.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, the victim of an attempted assassination. Rook is simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That makes it even weirder. Why would the target of a crime try to obstruct the investigation?
My guess is that there's something behind all this that he doesn't want to make public.
A cover-up, huh? I knew there was more to this case than meets the eye.
And the president isn't the only one who knows the truth. Isn't that right, Mr. Knight? Time to get to the bottom of this once and for all. Okay. I want to press the fact that they both jumped because they didn't. When they stepped in to protect you, you were aware of the fact that they were being targeted? Or were you?
Was I aware of the... No, I was aware of my audience, nothing else. When I step up to the podium, I enter another world entirely. A place of rapture. A place beyond worlds.
Yeah, I think that's called stage fright. I bet you were like a deer in headlights.
No, 1,000 times no. I remember every second each moment is indelibly etched in my memory. When Rook and Knight stepped in, I was shocked, overwhelmed, taken aback.
About the red balloon.
Are you trying to test me, Mr. Prosecutor?
No, Mr. President. I simply wish to confirm what you remember.
Very well. There were two very large, very round balloons, one on either side of the stage.
But
Wait a minute. Their deep crimson hue stood stark against the sky, just as the security plan said they would.
the same security plan we
Wait a
found in the trash
minute.
can, I assume.
Wait a minute.
I was gonna say.
Rook and I leapt into my aid just before the balloon exploded.
I want to see my... Hold on. So let's look at... Oh, okay. So the red... Oh, wait. Okay. So there's the balloon.
There were two of them, yeah.
Yeah.
But one of them only hit one.
And one of them was the samurai.
Yeah. They weren't red completely.
The right of the
think-
lakeside stage. But has since been popped. Plain unblemished balloon of red. Because the only balloon that we have... Because this one got shot. Because we don't have another balloon that got shot. This was what got shot. There wasn't a balloon
with
on
the
the other
flag.
side. Yeah, the flag. So I am gonna...
Yep. Knew it.
You say it was a plain red balloon that burst, but I strongly beg to differ.
What?
Take a look at this. I think you'll agree it's hardly plain, wouldn't you?
No! What? Who is that?
Humph! Mr. President, meet the Steel Samurai. I would have hoped you might recognize him. Especially if you were hoping to integrate yourself with the people of this country.
Yeah, you need to watch the Jammin' Ninja too. He's amazing.
So you see, the balloon that was struck by the bullet was anything but plain. It's my hero! It was, in fact, of the Steel Samurai.
But the briefing mentioned 2 plain red balloons.
Ooh.
And they are right on the security plan.
They do look pretty plain, don't they? Just simple round balloons.
Knight, what is the meaning of this? Explain yourself. Yes, Mr. President. It seems the Steel Samurai balloon was borrowed at the last minute, sir.
Oh. Borrowed?
That's what we were told. Guess they only reported the incident to us, bodyguards, though. Seems there was a little trouble here on site last night.
All right, I've consumed my food. You can keep going,
Okay.
babe.
One of the original balloons burst somehow.
So they swapped in. So they swapped it in as an emergency replacement.
Yeah, one of its stall holders happened to have it. From what I hear, he was more than willing to lend it out. Very happy-go-lucky kind of a guy, I would say.
A happy-go-lucky stall holder was a Steel Samurai balloon to spare? Huh. Nice.
They just filled the bottom part up with air to make it look like the other ornamental balloon. So while it was a
that's
Steel
me!
Samurai balloon,
That's me!
it was...
So,
it
while
was
it was...
made
No,
to
that's
look
me.
like
That's me talking.
Oh. I was. Oh my god.
You're okay. So, while it was a Steel Samurai balloon, it was made to look like a plain red one above water. Is that the long and short of it? There you go.
Yeah. Knight, why was I not informed of this? Sorry, sir. We didn't think it was a pressing issue.
And indeed, you saw it and knew no different, correct?
Yes, I suppose so.
Could he really have mistaken the Steel Samurai's pants for a plain red balloon? Still, Mr. President, I struggle to see how you wouldn't have noticed something different about the balloon.
Of course.
What's that outburst for?
Now I remember. I could barely see the balloon.
You couldn't see it?
That's right. The wind was blowing too hard. The flags to the side of the stage were flapping incessantly and blocking my view.
Is that so?
I don't know about that.
Sorry.
Yes, those 2 flags. They were being blown back towards me.
Oh. There would have to have been a strong wind blowing right around the time of the incident, strong enough to blow the flags in such a fashion. But does that conflict in any way with our understanding of the case? I think it does.
It does.
Yeah,
It
because
does.
the trajectory of the bullet. Thank you, Mr. President. Your testimony has revealed yet another contradiction.
It has?
Yes, a contradiction that could turn this entire case on its head. When I arrived on the scene, the wind had died down and the flags were resting calmly for the most part. But the wind had previously been blowing the flags as the president describes. A certain piece of evidence suddenly takes on a very different meaning. Which piece of evidence contradicts the statement at the time? This one!
It's the trajectory.
Earlier we deduced that the bullet was struck the Steel Samurai balloon. And the bullet that passed through the flag were one and the same. From those 2 things, we further deduced the trajectory that the bullet must have taken. And we concluded that our shooter must have fired from the left side of the spectator area. But if the flags were blowing as the president describes, our conclusion becomes quite different.
No way! If the flags were pointed in the other direction.
Exactly. Our trajectory changes completely. And if we trace that trajectory back to its source, we can ascertain who really fired that shot.
Another bot.
Oh, there you are! I don't want your cheap views.
What can I say except goodbye?
Wait, but
Sorry, I gotta do it every time.
Wait, but Mr. Edgeworth, that would mean
Yes, I know. We might not yet understand the reason why, but it can only have been one person who did it. Was it the knight?
It could be.
All right, my time to shine.
But like,
Let's find out.
It's either one of those.
the person who fired
there you
that
go.
shot was none other than you, Mr. Knight.
What?
The path from the balloon back through the flag leads us directly to the spot you were standing.
Jesus, all right.
But the guy's one of the president's bodyguards. Why the heck would he go around shooting balloons?
This is absurd. What are you exactly trying to imply?
I'm not sure.
That, Mr. Knight, a man who has saved my life countless times, is my would-be assassin?
Seriously, Edgeworth, we've put up with a lot from you, but this? We're President Wang's bodyguards. We're the pieces put on the board to protect the king.
I'll handle this, Knight.
Sorry, sir. Ugh.
Mr. Edgeworth, the wind was indeed blowing quite fiercely around the time of my speech. But the wind can pick up and die away with an instant, can it not? Therefore, I need proof. Proof that it was blowing hard enough to lift the flags during that crucial moment.
We need a meteorologist to figure that out, bro. Why?
The first shot was fired right around the time the president raised his fist. I have a piece of evidence that shows just that. Perhaps I can also show what happened with the flag then, too. Is it in the picture?
Yeah, raising his fist.
But there's...
No flag.
Oh! Right there! That's the flag.
A clue! I'm sorry.
Your proof is in this picture right here.
This should be good. And where?
This picture, and there. We can see which way the flag was blowing right here. Boink.
Boink. Boink.
Well,
Anyway.
do you deny that it clearly shows the flag? There you have it. Proof that it was blowing towards you at the moment of the shooting.
So that means our pal over there did shoot the balloon.
making him the assassin.
Mr. Knight is not... I don't think he's the assassin.
No.
Mr. Knight is not the assassin. He may have shot the balloon, but the president was on the other side of him entirely. Therefore, he can't have been aiming at his boss.
Yeah, besides, why would I even shoot the balloon? What would be the point?
I don't know. You're the one who shot it.
And watch how you answer, or I might aim for something else next.
And then you'll be inducted for murder.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point, I'm sure of it. If I can figure out what it was, perhaps I can finally put this whole conundrum to rest. Knight definitely shot the balloon. Because he's holding his hand up behind the case.
Yeah.
The fact alone changes everything about the case.
Yeah, he was only hiding it behind the case to fucking take down the alleged assassin.
I mean, it could be just that. The position and...
The position,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and the fact that he
Can't
shot
turn
the
his head.
balloon. If not, then it's clearly something else.
Oh, because he shot the right side of the balloon?
Yeah,
So he can't
Yeah.
turn...
Yeah.
he can't turn his neck
Yeah.
right or left. Yeah. There we go.
Why did Knight's assigned position change? This is that. Yep.
Yep. This was earlier.
Yep. But is that really the only reason? Let us suppose the plan hadn't changed. The knight had remained posted on the left. Given that he was unable to turn his head to the right, would he have been able to shoot the balloon closest to him?
That is true.
Could it be that the security plan was changed for the express purpose of popping one of the balloons? And if we suppose that to be the case, the two plans are different. Was the security detail reorganized at some point? Oh, this was
yeah.
this was a reminding President's orders.
Yeah.
That's right, the President was the one who ordered the change.
These are the only two that, yeah.
I have to connect them.
They haven't failed the logic time event yet.
If I'm
That's
reading things
surprising.
right, the President knew in advance about the balloon shooting, which means he must have been foreknowledged. Foreknowledge? Oh, he had foreknowledge that he would be in someone's crosshairs today as well. And if that's true, then everything else has been bothering me falls neatly into place. How did the shooter get the gun past such heavy security? And why would they carry out the shooting wearing such a conspicuous item of clothing? Why use a laser sight that would give away their location in an instant? Was it all framed? And how did the President suffer no injuries at all despite a direct hit to his vest? These are the questions that Knight and the President don't want us to consider. There is only one possible reason for Mr. Knight to have fired his gun. To create the illusion of an assassination attempt.
Ooh.
Huh?
Idiot! Do you understand what you're saying?
Oh, I understand all too well. I understand everything now. Most of all, I understand why you were so keen to take this investigation off my hands, Mr. President. You wanted your real plans to remain hidden.
How dare you speak to me that way? Is this some sort of sick joke?
Oh, it's no joke, I assure you. It's simply the truth as revealed by the careful application of logic and reasoning, nothing more. The first shot was fired by Mr. Knight with the specific intention of hitting that balloon. Oh my gosh! Go away! Okay. The sound
What
of
can I
gunfire
say? Said goodbye.
and the bursting
Sorry.
of the balloon were guaranteed to cause a panic. And then he fired again. And he missed.
did.
And he fired. and then he
And
missed.
that missed at his boot times.
He hit something, but it wasn't what he was going for. So yes, he missed.
Yes, he fired 2 bullets, both of which were aimed at the balloon.
I
As
passed
for
out
why-
again.
After why he did so, it's because the second shot was designed to create the impression that the President had been hit.
So then, what's the deal with the one in the vest?
I'm willing to bet that bullet was planted there long before the shooting ever occurred.
No, look at him, he's about to vomit.
So Mr. Heroic President didn't take a bullet after all.
That's not true. I was shot, I tell you.
We'll be able to verify that for ourselves once we take a closer look at the bullet. At the very least, we can expect to find traces of Mr. Rook's blood on it, correct?
Look at him.
But you said it yourself. You found the shooter in the photograph. The person with the red hood.
Objection. I thought I made myself clear. The trajectory points to only one possible shooter, Mr. Knight.
Then where does Tabby fit into all this?
She was simply one part of their plan. In order to place the suspicion elsewhere, they set about creating a fake assassin.
Oh.
Huh.
The highly suspicious person with the red hood.
I have yet to ascertain exactly how complicit Miss Lloyd was in the whole scheme, but I can say with some confidence that none of the shots were fired by her. I suspect her only job was to point a laser sight at the President. That's right! Then I was... tasked with turning your jacket inside out the moment the crowd flew into a panic, yes? Thus making the mysterious red-hooded shooter disappear in the blink of an eye. Then, when the gun and the security plan were later found in the trash can, it would have all appeared to have been the work of an assassin so skilled they could vanish into thin air.
But then the case would have gone cold.
Exactly what our friends were hoping for.
Makes sense now why they wanted you off the case.
Indeed, because the entire affair was a cheap ruse perpetrated by the president himself.
Jesus.
Oh, he's gonna break! He's gonna break! Here it comes!
Yep. Yeah, he's breaking.
There he goes. All his
Oh, his face.
No,
The presidential mask as well and truly slipped. Admit it, the entire assassination was a lie, wasn't it?
It was all staged. Ugh, that stupid chief prosecutor hadn't insisted on citing you. Ugh, how could I let this happen?
Oh, I like his
Ooh.
voice.
That's
That's a
that's
fun
enough.
voice.
Yeah, oh my god, I've never heard his voice until now. That's sick.
That's enough, Edgeworth.
Mr. Knight.
Sorry, but I'm speaking with the president right now.
Yeah? Well, I'm doing my job as a knight and protecting my king.
And showing off my cool gun tricks.
So go ahead, keep running your mouth.
Perhaps it would be better if we stuck to threatening each other with words.
Did you pull out the... You
I pulled out a
ejected all the
gun in
bullets.
front of Edgeworth.
He
Now
wouldn't.
Phoenix will have nothing to go home to.
Woody.
He wouldn't lie. He's our friend.
I don't need this thing to shut you up. Alright, my move. Question. You claim I fired my gun from on stage. How did you figure I did that in front of a crowd of thousands?
An excellent point. Time for my counter move, I suppose. You had a certain something that allowed you to conceal your actions.
A certain something, huh? Mighty specific.
What did the knight use to hide his actions from the crowd? Bam.
My attache case?
Yes.
Attache? Am I
I think
saying
it's
it right?
attaché, I guess. Because
Attaché.
I'll say
it's,
attache
'cause it's
from now on.
French, yeah.
Yeah.
Take a look at Kay's photograph. Your right hand is completely obscured by the case. At the very moment this picture was taken, you were firing your gun. And in such a way that you wouldn't be detected. Objection.
You don't like to let the facts get in the way of a good theory, do you, Edgeworth?
A game theory.
Oh my
God
god.
damn it! I was just gonna say that.
Haha, I win!
Shame you don't seem to have noticed
Notice what?
that theories are all you have. Game theories, nothing more.
God damn it.
The flag was billowing in the wind at precisely the right moment. I hid my gun with my attaché case? We changed the security plan because I couldn't turn my head? It's all just speculation, circumstantial evidence at best. You can't prove any of it.
Nyug.
If you at least had the bullet that burst the balloon, you might have a scrap of credibility.
Gumshoe, go.
You got it,
I'm-
pal.
Imagine, you could have run forensics to see if it matched my gun. But no, that bullet is at the bottom of the lake. You're gonna go dredge it out?
I hate to say it, but he's right. I don't have anything concrete.
I thought not. Maybe now you could shut your mouth.
Oh, hold it. Oh, me,
Oh shit.
Miss Lloyd. Of course, she could shed some light on this whole situation. I just need to get her to talk.
What's the matter? Something you want to say, Miss Journalist?
No, never mind.
That's what I thought.
Miss Lloyd, Exclamation point. I need you to be brave. If you don't speak up, the truth will be lost forever. You are journalists after all, are you not?
Many dots.
Dang it! I can't stay quiet any longer!
Hey, you understand what you're doing, right? I think carefully before opening that mouth of yours.
I was so focused on bagging me a scoop, I forgot the most important thing of all. Real journalists don't lie. Ain't no dang scoop if it ain't the truth. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I should have showed you this before.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a cat laser pointer.
What is it? It's the laser pointer I used on the president. But that's all I done. I'd never shoot anybody.
You stupid! I thought I told you, you squeal, and you go down as an accomplice.
It was him.
Sorry.
He told me to do it. I was at Xingva's embassy sniffing out a story like I told you. That was 3 days back. He comes up to me out of the blue, just starts talking. Help me out, I'll get you exclusive access to the president, that kind of stuff. But what about the gun in the trash can? That I don't know anything about, I swear it. All he told me was to wear a jacket with a red hood and to point out there a pointer at the president. I never thought of for a minute it'd blow up in my face so bad. I'm sorry, truly I am. Thank you, Miss Lloyd. I'd like you to testify to that effect when this goes to trial. It ought to go a long ways towards proving the assassination was a sham.
What's wrong with you people? Don't any of you know what's good for you?
My sympathies, Mr. Knight. Had you successfully removed me from your case, from this case you'd be intended, perhaps you could have kept your pawn quiet,
Did he try shooting himself?
Yeah, I think it just fired on him. He was trying to do a trick.
Oh.
So
Damn,
let
lucky miss.
me get this straight. You told Tabby, who would never lie to us,
I know.
if you let slip about our fake assassination plot, we'll have you convicted for murder. Or something like that.
Of all the dirty.
I said no such thing. You can't prove shit.
Oh. President Wang?
Give it up, Knight. It's time we came clean. It's our only choice.
So, Mr. President, you admit it? You admit that there was a plot to fake an assassination attempt?
I do. I'm sorry.
But why? Why do something like that?
My popularity has been on the wane back home. I thought surviving an attempt on my life might give me the boost I needed. I know what we did was wrong, so yes, it was all lies. All of it.
But there's a dead guy on the floor.
It
And the bullet in the vest?
was planted ahead of time. It wasn't hit by anything today.
But then, what was up with the killer?
Our plan got out somehow. And then he just appeared hell-bent on turning our fake assassination into a real one.
Hence the red raincoat, I suppose. He'd hoped to get in close enough as the fake assassin to finish the job.
There is one thing I don't understand, though.
Oh? And what would that be?
Why did Rook have to die? If the whole thing was fake, how did he wind up getting killed for real?
That's true. And therein lies the real question.
He was a fine bodyguard. The best, in fact. He may not have been a native of Zhangfa, but was someone I could finally trust.
Mr. Rook must have been really something to gain the trust of someone who'd hide from his own shadow.
Sounds like he was as trustworthy to the president as I am to you, huh, sir?
I believe that's for me to say, Detective, not you. Mr. Rook must have known about the plan too, then, correct?
He wasn't aware of any specific details, so not really.
Why would you not tell him?
I tried to involve him, but he refused.
Yeah.
And you would have done well to listen to him.
This is a tragedy. The life of a good man has been wasted.
Oh.
What was so great about him anyway?
Jesus.
What's gotten into him?
He was just another piece on the board, there to protect you, nothing more.
Mr. Knight, how could you?
Who was it that actually went along with your plan, huh, Mr. President? While that pious criminal backed down when you needed him to step up the most.
I value your support too, of course, but
Look, I'm your chief bodyguard now. That's all that matters.
nah, bruh.
And now that that spineless fool Rook is gone, things are gonna change around
Oh
here.
my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
To me, genius strategist, grandmaster, rightful leader of this team.
We are all well aware of your ambitions, Knight. But doesn't it seem a little imprudent to you?
Why? My plan this time was perfect, as they always are, and as they always will be.
That's quite a statement. Especially considering that your perfect plan was an abject failure.
Yeah? No thanks to you and that buffoon Rook.
And how exactly was it Mr. Rook's fault?
If he hadn't died, the killer would have never come after me. And I wouldn't have had to let you on this plane.
Please, Mr. Knight, you mustn't talk like that.
Fine. The guy died protecting you, Mr. President. I'm sure that's just what he always wanted.
But did he die protecting the president?
Wait.
True.
I thought the whole assassination thing was fake.
Aw, come on! Do I have to say everything twice? We planned a fake assassination, but somebody else came along and tried to make it real. 2 shots were fired, remember? Like you said, Edgeworth, one of them was the bullet I shot through that balloon. But the second? That wasn't me.
Oh, really? Then who did fire it?
The real assassin, but not the killer. His plan was to come after the president with a knife. No, the most likely suspect here is the piece cowering quietly in the corner. Our lily white queen over there.
What?
Miss Lloyd.
Again with this? I'm not your danged assassin.
But is that really true? I, for one, don't believe it. The gun in the trash can, it can only belong to you.
Oh.
Ooh.
Esper, do you have to head out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a section like this to start.
Yes.
I'm gonna head out. If you are still streaming around like 7 EST, I may be able to pop back in.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna, once we get to like the next to be continued, we'll probably like take a break, and then maybe I'll come back around 7 if that works for people.
That'll work for me then, because I
Probably-
have a lot of video stuff to get to after this.
Yeah.
Probably not for me, because
Oh wait,
my friends need me for
I was gonna say,
for
didn't
Arma.
Ben say he was gonna join us?
Yeah,
tomorrow?
well, so Ben is going to be streaming this tomorrow. Like, he's going to be streaming the first one tomorrow, so that's what he was saying. But I don't know if he'll be on,
Oh.
like, later today to do voices. But thank you, Esper, so much for stopping by
no
and
problem.
providing voices for Kay. Like I said, I will be playing this a little bit later, too, so if you want to reprise the role once you return, then it sounds good.
Yeah. I'll be able to hop in for like another 3 hours.
Yeah.
Later on, so that should work.
Sweet.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so okay, so here's the thing. Do we want to end it here and then come back later at 7? Or do we want to...
I mean,
suggest this is a good place to stop for now.
I mean, you're
Okay.
not to spoil anything, but you're pretty close to finishing like this.
I
episode.
figured,
Oh.
yeah. So, yeah, I say we finish this, and then we can start with, like, the next big
All right.
bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Esper. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Time for
All
the
right,
night's
and then get
gambit.
All right. As soon as I shot that balloon, I rushed over to help Rook escort the president back onto the plane. I left Rook here in this room while I secured the president in the safe room. When I came back out, Rook was lying there on the ground.
Miss Journalist must have shot Rook while we were escorting the president off stage. That single killer shot was fired by the gun you found in the trash can.
So you don't actually
Weren't there two
know.
bullets?
Well, so the killer shot, there was only one bullet that killed. The other was from his gun. Like,
Yeah.
the other one we know came from Knight.
Mhm.
So you don't actually know when the victim was struck by the bullet, do you?
The knight doesn't protect the Rook, Edgeworth. He protects the king.
You want to translate? He means that his only concern was protecting the president.
Lose the king and you lose the game. Isn't that the first rule of chess?
But a win in which a key piece is sacrificed is a hollow victory indeed.
Doesn't matter. It's still a victory. I kept the president safe. I win.
I win! Well,
I win.
it's a bit early to be calling our little match. In any case, for this is where our battle really begins. Okay, so
Right.
let's look.
Technically, it's a rebuttal, but I like to call this a cross-examination.
It's basically the version of it, yeah. Here in this room where I secure the president.
Yeah, I was gonna press him on it.
Why do that? You and the president both knew the whole thing wasn't real.
But it had to seem real. There were people everywhere. It's not a good look, right? Imagine if someone had spotted a man who had just been shot at. Hanging out in his plane, sipping grape juice like he didn't have a care in the world.
And what was the victim during all this?
Who knows? I was in the safe room, like I said. Anyway.
Weren't you and Mr. Rook both carrying the bulletproof attaché cases?
Yeah, opened them right after Rook spotted the laser sight. We moved into covering positions and used them to shield the president.
So the bullet that hit Mr. Rook traveled through a gap in that defensive shield? Do you really believe Miss Lloyd to be skilled at a marksperson?
Heh, no. She was aiming for the president. That makes her a lousy shot.
So it was pure coincidence that Mr. Rook was hit? And the bullet simply happened to find its way past your attaché cases and through the gap in his vest?
Seems crazy to me too, but the facts are the facts. It was a shot in a million, but the shooter hit the bullseye. And the proof is in your hands.
So the second shot had nothing to do with you?
Right. That one was fired by your little friend. Imagine the scoop she'd have bagged if it had hit its mark.
I'm a journalist, you hear? I don't make facts, I report them.
Yeah, a journalist who signed up to a fake assassination plan in the hopes of getting a story.
That's not...
Look, I'll admit it, I set the whole thing up. And your role was to aim that laser pointer at the president. It's not my fault that wasn't enough for you. You were the one who decided to bring a gun to the party. Who knows? Maybe you thought if you kept on shooting, you could shut me up too?
So Mr. Knight's suggestion is that he first fired one shot and then Miss Lloyd fired one more. Yeah, basically implying that Tabby also had a gun on her. Beats me where she could have gotten one from, but hey. His entire testimony is pure conjecture. He can't prove any of it. You're right. Let's hit him with some cold, hard, undeniable evidence. Maybe this? Because he should have the recording of the president being in the safe room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try the security footage.
I'm gonna press one more. Where on the ground exactly?
Right where he is now, the middle of the floor. The door to the outside was shut, though.
Oh.
Guess the bullet must have hit him right before he closed it. And thanks to his little blunder, the whole plan fell apart.
Mr. Knight, you mustn't talk that way.
He may have kept you safe, Mr. President, but he isn't here now to save your good name. I'd call that... What the fuck is that word?
Dereliction.
Dereliction, thank you. I'd call that dereliction of duty. What would you call it?
An honorable try, which is more than what you'd give, I'd say.
Sorry, but that's just how it is.
Okay. I'm gonna try to present the...
Yeah, the security footage.
I don't think this is right, but this is the only thing that I can think of right now.
Let's try it.
Nope.
Nope. Damn it.
I'm just gonna press everything. When in doubt, press everything.
All the buttons.
Okay, so the only one I haven't pressed is the first one.
Yeah.
The victim really didn't take part in your little plan, then did he?
Nope. And we kept him in the dark on the details.
So he really thought the president was in danger? But wait, he must have noticed that the shot came from the right next to him.
Maybe he did. Guess we'll never know. And even if he did know it was a sham, he still had a job to do. He still had to protect his king.
And he was able to make a judgment like that in a split second? Impressive. He really was a capable, as they say.
Not as capable that I couldn't read him like a book. Or not so capable, excuse me. I made it so he had no choice but to go along with our little performance.
I am trying to think of something here, but I've got nothing.
Oh! The gun we
Huh?
found in the trash can had 2 bullets missing.
Oh, right.
That's exactly what I meant.
Oh my god. We missed it by a mile.
I mentioned it before.
So you contend that it was you who shot the balloon and the Miss Lloyd who shot Mr. Rook? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about
Sure,
that?
I'm sure.
Are you sure about that?
Well, what you've proposed would indeed match up with the total number of shots heard. The gun from the trash can itself has been fired twice. Kablam.
His face.
Now, why would that supposed number of shots heard from the gun differ from the number of spent rounds? It's simple. Because it was planted. Planted by the real perpetrator of the crime. Somebody faked the evidence? Yes, and if you think about it, their reason for doing so is obvious. To ensure that whoever found the gun would conclude that the shooter had been in the spectator area. And in order to do that, they had to make it seem as if both shots had come from one weapon. I get it. So that's why it got 2 spent rounds, huh? Precisely. As we've already proven, the bullet that burst the balloon came from a different weapon. Which means it entirely possible that the bullet which killed Mr. Rook didn't come from this gun either.
Heh. Nice work, Edgeworth. That's some high-grade sleuthing. But how did you... But why don't you get to the point? You've come this far. Spit it out.
Oh, I intend to, don't worry. The person who really shot Mr. Rook it's also him, I think. And or the president. But I think it's him. I think it's...
Alright, let's try it.
I think it's also the knight. You, Mr. Knight, you're the one who murdered Mr. Rook.
Ooh, finally got up the courage to say it, huh?
Surely not. Surely you wouldn't have.
It wasn't only the killer who tried to take advantage of this fake murder plot. You killed Mr. Rook, hoping that he would look like an accidental victim of the bungled assassination.
bungled.
With the president locked away in the safe room and the door of the airplane tightly closed, it was just you and Mr. Rook, alone, together. And that's when the third bullet was fired, right into your colleague's body.
Objection. Wait, you're really gonna claim there's a third one now? You just said only 2 gunshots were heard. Wanna tell me how that works?
Objection! Airplane cabins are particularly soundproof, Mr. Knight. If you close the door, nothing can be heard from the outside, not even gunfire. But wasn't the president right next door? Very true, which means he may have heard the shot himself. Well, Mr. President,
I didn't hear anything.
but you can observe this room through your security feed, can you not?
The camera in this room isn't normally on. I have to manually switch it on when I enter the safe room.
And that's what you did this time too, right?
Well, that is...
What's gotten into him? Mr. President, this is vitally important. Please, President Wang.
Fine. I was busy hiding under the bed, covering my ears.
What? Even though you knew the whole thing wasn't real?
Yes, because I hate the sound of guns.
Hey, he's just like me.
Just the slightest hint of that awful noise and... Oh, it's just too much.
Many dots. Also many dots.
dots.
Oof. That there's sadder than a pot of overcooked crawfish. Ahem.
I was gonna say, there's the hat trick of lots of dots.
Mr. Knight, you saw the President Wang was cowering beneath the bed. And what's more, you knew if the monitor banked that the security camera for this room hadn't been switched on, which means you knew that the circumstances were perfect. And for you to fire the third shot straight at Mr. Rook.
Knight, how could you? Could you really have betrayed my trust so horribly?
You think I killed... Fuck. You think I killed the old half-wit? You don't trust me that much, huh? This is the thanks I get for putting my life on the line for you day after day?
I want to believe you, but...
I don't get it. I just don't get it. What is there to doubt here? What, you don't believe that girl over there could have done it?
No, because the gun isn't the murder weapon. We know this from the number of bullets fired.
Yeah? Well, how do you know there wasn't a spent bullet from the start?
What?
Someone could have fired a bullet from that gun yesterday, or the day before. Then today, another bullet. The bullet that hit Rook. Oh, you want me to go back to
Sure,
Gumshoe?
yeah.
That's pure speculation, pal, and you know it! Maybe. But can you prove it's not true?
Not with any certainty, no.
You're nothing without conclusive evidence, so come on! A single piece of evidence straight through my heart. I dare you! Well, what are you waiting for?
Ugh. There must be something. Mustn't there, Mr. Edgeworth? If we can't prove it, Tabby's... Please, Ruffles. I messed up. I know I did. I should have never done what I did, not even for a scoop. But murder? Nah, that ain't me. Ain't a murderous bone in my body. Conclusive proof. If only I could prove that Knight's gun is the murder weapon. Wait, perhaps I can.
Yeah, this was a reminder.
Yeah. If we had the bullet that killed Mr. Rook, forensics could tell us what gun it was fired from.
No proof, no case. End of conversation.
Hold it right there.
What now? You're not about to claim you do have proof.
Huh, of course I do.
This ought to be good. Alright, bring it on. Show me this proof of yours.
The bullet that killed Mr. Rook is the key to ending our little game. Very well. My conclusive evidence is not in my possession. I don't have it. I think it's somewhere in the wall or somewhere in here. Like I don't
The goddamn walls.
I don't have it in my possession as far as I know.
Not in your possession.
Not currently in my possession.
All right then. Thanks for playing, folks. But this game is over.
Oh, okay, bye everybody. Stream ends. See you later. Okay.
Bye.
Oh my god.
However, it is here in this room.
What?
As we know, the bullet that killed Mr. Rook passed through his body, but where did it end its journey? Perhaps we should cast our minds back into an earlier conversation.
Yep, another
Yep.
reminder.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
the president haven't been wearing that vest. Ah.
But now, of course, we know that so-called assassination attempt was a complete fabrication. The vest was prepared in advance, made it look as if it had been hit by a bullet. Which begs the question, where is the real bullet?
I like it. A twist. This is good stuff, Edgeworth. Come on then. Don't keep us in suspense.
Does any of the evidence point to where the bullet that killed Mr. Rook might have ended up? I think the monitor? I think the broken glass in the monitor.
No, yeah, that could
That's
be
what I'm
that.
thinking.
Looks like it.
There's something very clearly missing from this room.
Yes, a prosecutor with some common sense.
Yo, screw you. Take a look at the bank of security monitors.
When and where that Phoenix Wright won't be able to know.
I see you've caught on, Miss President. Splendid. There are screens here showing views from all around this airplane, inside and out. The only external angle not covered is the right-hand side of the aircraft, and that's because one of the monitors is missing. There was a monitor in that space previously, wasn't there, Mr. President?
There was. I have no idea what my plushie is doing there now, though.
It appears to be someone's vain attempt to hide what is obviously lacking. But where did it go, and why? The why is easy enough to answer, because it was struck by a bullet. For if it were to believe that the bullet in the vest was the real deal, then anything that hinted to the existence of another bullet had to be removed. So where did the missing monitor go? Where indeed? I believe it must be hidden somewhere on this plane. After all, there wouldn't have just been time to dispose of it outside the aircraft. Detective Gumshoe, conduct a search if you would.
Right away, sir. Mr. President, extraterritoriality. Am I saying that right?
You are, yeah.
Mr. President, extraterritoriality. I can't say that.
And yeah, that's the bane of our existence.
No.
Please, I have no objection. I have no objection to the search. Please go ahead. If it will help us discover the truth behind what happened to Rook, I will not stand in your way.
What do you... I can't believe this! Rook this, Rook that. Don't you ever think that anybody else...
Someone's jealous. The search has been authorized, Detective, if you wouldn't mind.
Sir, I found the monitor! Sorry.
Excellent work. Now go ahead and extract the bullet.
Let's see. If I put my hand in here and just... come on. Ha! Got it!
Well, would you look at that? Blood. This is the bullet that killed Mr. Rook. There's no doubt about it. Yay!
Yeah, finally.
And there you have it, Mr. Knight. The single piece of evidence you requested, straight through your heart. Even you now must admit if this bullet didn't come from the spectator area gun, then Miss Lloyd cannot be Mr. Rook's killer. What? No pithy comeback? Detective, have forensics analyze the bullet for striations that compare them to the gun we found.
Oh, I lagged, my bad.
Oh, you're good.
Oh no, I like to.
Oh,
Hold on.
am I lagging?
And...
Oh, yeah! Oh no, stream, why?
Oh no! Stream died.
Are we good?
Twitch stream did
We're
it.
coming back now.
Oh.
No, don't do this.
Don't do this!
Okay, I think we're back.
No.
Yeah, I think we're back.
It keeps going out.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Stream, why?
No.
Why'd I get a Burger King ad in the middle of all this?
Oh my god.
BK, have it your way.
Oh my
Don't
gosh.
show me this again.
It's like dying.
Oh no.
Why is it doing this? OBS,
Why,
why?
Twitch?
I felt that.
Piece
I
of-
felt that.
Piece of crap.
Why, Twitch?
It's trying to reboot, I think. Can you still hear me? Oh,
Yes, I
Yeah.
can still hear you.
oh.
Wah.
Wait,
Are we,
what?
are we
What's
back?
happening?
Are we back?
Hello?
Wah.
All right, I think we're Gucci. Can you see it?
Hold on.
Ah, wah.
Hold on.
We're good.
Emote.
We're
go.
back. There, yeah, I see you.
Yay.
Okay, so yes, sir, what kind of evidence you need, you can count on it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, it seems to have stabilized. All right, let's hear what forensics has to say.
Our findings are as follows, sir. Firstly, the blood on the bullet is indeed that of the victim.
Proving that it was the bullet that killed Mr. Rook.
Secondly, we found Mr. Knight's fingerprints on the gun.
You okay?
Oh man, that motherfucker is a dirty
Oh.
little liar.
Probably from when I handed over the evidence over to him. Now for the key
Sir.
part, the striations. If they're not a match, then Miss Lloyd is in the clear.
Lastly, the situations on the bullet are a match with this weapon.
What? But how could that be?
Huh?
No way! Oh, come on!
There's no doubt about it, sir. This is the gun that fired the bullet.
How? Did he switch the guns?
Well, isn't that something? Conclusive proof that I was right. What's the matter? You didn't think you had me backed into a corner, did you? Guess you misread the board. 'Cause the only one backed into a corner here is you.
Oh.
Oh, Christ almighty.
There's no denying it. Forensics proved that the gun and the bullet are a match. The bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the spectator area. So who pulled the trigger? It couldn't have been me. I was up on stage, which leaves your little friend. The hack killed Rook. She's the murderer, and you just proved it. Your move, Edgeworth. Just remember two things. One, where you found the gun. And two, which gun the fatal bullet came from.
Have we looked at Knight's gun, though?
Whichever way you look at it, I can't have been the shooter.
Yeah. How did it come to this?
Me and the president, we admitted to faking the assassination attempt. Now it's your turn to admit something, who the killer really is.
There's no way Tabby did it, is there? Don't let him get to you, Kay. We just need to get over these statements again. There must be something further we can deduce from them. Okay, let's do this, Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Knight. Oh, but...
No, you hold it.
Oh.
You were the one who proved this. Or are you saying that forensics was wrong?
But hey! The bullet had the victim's blood on it, which means it must be the one that took his life. And it does seem to have been fired from the gun we found in the trash can.
Don't you just love this? Your face, Edgeworth. What a picture.
Ugh. A man in dire straits, yes. Well spotted, you.
Let's just agree that the facts are what they are and move on. That gun fired the fatal bullet.
God. Up on stage?
Well, he was, though, is the thing.
He was. He was with the
Yeah.
president.
The bullet that killed Rook from the firearms gun you found in the spectator.
Yes, who indeed?
Still can't bring yourself to admit the truth, huh? I get it. I was in your shoes just a few minutes ago. Burned me up on the inside, you know. Made me really want to shoot someone.
Exclamation point.
Sorry. It's no laughing matter, I know. But we both know who really did shoot someone, don't we?
What's the first one again?
Bullet that killed Rook. Okay.
There's no denying it. Forensics prove that the gun and the bullet are a match.
We'll press this.
It's not gonna work.
What proof is there that Miss Lloyd fired the gun?
What proof? How about the forensics you ordered?
They didn't find her prints, though, did they?
Yeah, the only prints they found were yours, pal. Objection. From what I confiscated, the evidence probably. Anyway, say it wasn't Miss Journalist. Who was it? 'Cause it can't have been me. Your own investigation put the shooter in the spectator area, didn't it?
Yeah.
Are you ready to admit it yet? All the evidence points in one direction.
Is this any different from the DS fan trend? What? Someone in your chat.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Like obviously the actual like way that the evidence you present, all the information is not different, but there are some names that are different. There are some phrases that are different, things like that. But otherwise, I think it's the exact same. It's like it's been like HDified though, so like all the sprites are really good, and the songs have been rearranged, and you know, it's not as pixely, but otherwise it's the same game.
Yeah.
But it's nice that you get both of them. This is just the first time it's ever been actually like officially translated in English.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy just made things.
I'm just gonna press everything. No, that's. He's like, no, stop
Objection.
trying to do it.
What was it you said? Okay.
It's
never mind.
okay,
The
yeah.
forensics will back you up.
Yeah. Yeah. What am I missing? Shouldn't be a match. Oh, I was thinking if the evidence points to something that doesn't seem possible, then maybe there's something wrong with it. You're asking me to call the evidence into question? Well, there's no way Tabby did this, right? So if the evidence says that she did it, then the problem must lie there. You seem very sure about this. Call it my great thief's intuition. Intuition, huh? Still, she could be right. I simply don't believe Miss Lloyd to be a malicious liar, which means... as someone who believes that evidence is everything in court, the irony is not lost on me, but... If I were to call a piece of evidence into question, it would have to be... I think it's gotta be the gun, right?
It's the gun, probably.
Because the bullet...
Has to
Well,
be.
so technically it could be the bullet.
I would recommend you save first.
It's okay, I have plenty of health. Like we're
Okay, thank
almost like done. So, okay, because well, no, it's probably not the bullet. It probably is the gun. But we know that the thing is, well, cuz the gun is the same model as Knight's. So it would make sense that it would match the striations, right? Because it's the same model.
Yeah. They could be the gun then.
Yeah. If something untoward was going on here, it would have to involve the weapon, not the bullet. After all, we only just recovered the bullet a little while ago. Furthermore, we know that Mr. Knight had an opportunity to handle the gun. Yep.
Ah.
This can't really. Yep, we did that. Okay. Indeed, he had ample opportunity. There's no doubt that this gun is the weapon that was used in the crime, which means it must belong to. It's gotta belong to him, yeah?
Yep.
Right?
Let's see.
Because Mr. Rook had it in his hand, so it's not his gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gun belongs to Mr. Knight. He switched them around. That has to be
Yep.
it.
Ah.
That's what I
mean,
thought.
that laser pointer, the laser sight would fit well, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So now I should be. So now the problem becomes, where do I present that gun? It was fired from the gun you found in
Yeah.
the spectator area.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
There you go.
Admit it, you switched the guns, didn't you, Mr. Knight? That's why the markings match the weapon in the question. It was yours all along.
Yeah.
An intriguing move there, Edgeworth. And
You must have made the switch when I handed over the evidence. Well, I was busy trying to make the case for the remaining on the investigation. But his doesn't have a sight, though, is the thing. You took the laser sight from the gun we found in the trash can and put it on your own. Then, not long afterwards, you handed that gun back to me instead of the one we found.
I did, huh? You think I somehow knew you'd find, let alone run forensics on that bullet sometime in the future?
Is that so strange? You're a chess player, after all. A man well used to thinking several moves ahead. He's got to
Here
do
we go
his,
again.
his gunplay.
I'm flattered, but much as it pains me to admit it, you're overestimating my abilities. Besides, do you even have any proof that I made the switch?
Where's the sight?
Here we go again.
Same model as
The gun is the s-
mine. Yeah, sorry.
The gun is the same model as mine. Weird, sure, but it's just a coincidence. And look, there's a laser sight attached. Also, take a look in the cylinder. 2 spent bullets. Just what we'd expect to see. So what proof do you have that I switched the original gun out for mine, huh? None. That's what.
Do we expect to see two? You say I'm overestimating your abilities. You surprise me.
What can I say? I'm a modest guy. More modest than you, that's for sure. Everywhere except at the chessboard, that is.
Huh. Well, I don't see a chessboard here, do you?
Shame. Still, guess that gives you a nice excuse. I didn't mess up. I just didn't have the right evidence.
I don't think I'll be the one making excuses. Rather, I didn't mess up. They just got lucky with the evidence. Will be your excuse, I'd imagine.
Oh.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna wrap myself up on my blanket.
Alright.
laser sight attached. I want to press this one.
Yeah. Go for it.
I've been meaning to ask, actually, what about your own weapon? How many spent bullets are in its cylinder?
This old girl here? Well, now. I let loose a few rounds earlier, as you saw.
You let loose one. He reloads his gun every time he fires it?
But even if I were to tell you how many there were at the time, you'd have no way of verifying that.
Of course. In order to swap the guns properly, he'd have to maintain the right number of bullets per gun. He didn't have the chance to put in any gloves, though, which means...
Alright, I think it's about time you did the right thing and resigned, don't you? Game's all but done, see?
Oh, it's empty now. Oh no.
It is.
There's no, it has.
Wait, no it isn't.
I think I just present the gun again. Because
try it.
because now we know that he reloads it, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any
Yeah.
other guns to
This is the only one you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Tisk. I have your proof right here.
That's your proof? I think you've been working too hard, Edgeworth.
Not the gun itself, the evidence it carries. Evidence that will prove once and for all that it does in fact belong to you.
I'm looking forward to this. Go ahead, make your move. What's about to come into play? The rook? The bishop? Not a pawn, surely.
The evidence the gun will provide takes, I think it's the fingerprints, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fingerprints. Namely your fingerprints, Mr. Knight.
Objection. My prints? Ha! Of course my prints are on the gun. You handed it right to me when you gave up the evidence. How could they not be on there?
What if I told you there were prints on the part of the gun that you shouldn't have touched at any point?
What? Where? You can't prove that.
Oh, but I can. There's a place where your fingerprints could have never been left and things happened as you say. Allow me to present the final piece of evidence that will bring our game to its rightful conclusion. The bullets. This part is called the grip. I've held a few guns in my time, though I've never quite right in my hand. This one is no exception. No, I'm trying to present the bullets! There. Here. Look closely at the cylinder, detective.
2 bullets fired, but where are the prints we're looking for, sir?
Maybe press the.
There it goes.
Here we go.
Oh.
You did indeed switch the guns when I handed you the evidence. But if that were all you had done, your deception would have been easily detected, because the number of bullets fired by each gun was different.
There were 2 spent bullets in the gun we found.
Yeah, but what about Mr. Knight's gun? We know he fired 2 bullets from the stage into the balloon. And he fired another bullet into Mr. Rook, ending his life. So 3 bullets in total, plus the few odd ones he let loose in shock during our little game. And after each shot, he reloaded his gun out of habit. With his bare hands, of course. Officer, where exactly are Mr. Knight's fingerprints found? The ones you mention in your report.
I'll take over
Sir,
from here, Bib.
I'll-
Or not, go ahead.
Sir, they were found on the exterior of the weapon, but also on the bullets themselves.
I'm not sure that could have gotten there just from me handing you the evidence, Mr. Knight.
That's...
And there we have it. Proof that you indeed switched the guns. This gun, the one which fired the bullet that killed Mr. Rook, is yours. And in taking his life, you are the true assassin.
Yes.
I didn't...
Foul time. Checkmate.
I love that.
I know.
No!
Furiously does gun tricks.
Oh my
Drops
gosh.
everything in
Oh
the
my
process.
god! I saw the thinker. I saw the thinker. Clock.
Yep. And there was
Oh man, I remember that episode too.
there was the Badger too, or whatever it is.
I was gonna be the new chief of security. That blasted Rook. If it hadn't have been for him, I would have been in charge by now. I would have been in control of the whole team. My plan was perfect. The fake assassination was supposed to be flawless.
Yay! We did it!
We did it.
Detective Gumshoe.
Right away, sir.
Get him. Cuff him.
Curse you, Edgeworth!
So dramatic.
Our game isn't over yet.
I'm afraid this is as far as we go for today. The next moves we play will be in the courtroom.
But it's not fair! It's not fair!
Yeah, get him. Yeah. Only took an hour, apparently.
Yay.
Mr. Edgeworth, I owe a debt of gratitude. You exposed a murderer within the ranks of my own personal guard. I will not soon forget that.
He's suddenly very presidential again, now that we're back outside the plane.
Yeah, that's a sudden change.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it, when I first proposed the fake assassination to him.
You want me to handle it, not Rook?
Rook refused, but I can rely on you, can't I?
Of course, sir. You can count on me. I'll put together a plan that can't possibly fail. And he'll play his part like the pawn he is.
The hatred in his eyes was plain to see. He despised poor Rook. I was not entirely comfortable about moving forward with Knight in charge of our little deception. And looking back, I think he sensed my discomfort. I can't help thinking I played a part in his decision to end Rook's life.
Mr. President, none of this would have happened if you hadn't plotted to fake an attempt on your life. It was your crime, and it was a crime you will have to live with.
You are right. I can only apologize for the part I played. And I will no doubt be made to pay for my actions in one way or another. But I thank you nonetheless. You solved the riddle of Rook's demise, and for that, I shall be eternally grateful.
We are eternally grateful.
You have saved our lives. We are eternally grateful.
I will be here in your country for a little while longer yet. But when I return home, perhaps you will visit us in Zhengfa. You will always be welcome.
Bye. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! Y'all don't know how grateful I am. All's well that ends well. Miss Lloyd, the accusations of murder made against you was of course entirely groundless, but the fact remains that you were a willing participant in the staged assassination attempt. The police will no doubt wish to speak to you about the matter. You should be aware that you may well be punished for your actions. I know. I'm awfully sorry about everything. Truly I am. I understand your decision for Scoop, but there are... Desire. But there are limits. There sure are. I got some serious thinking to do. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. That was something else. Local prosecutor solves assassination conundrum, earns eternal gratitude of president. How's that for a headline? Hey, that there's my department. Mr. Prosecutor, how does it feel to solve an important case? You must be over the moon. She certainly doesn't stay down for long. No comment. Dang, you're one tight-lipped son of a gun. As well I should be. This case is not over yet.
It isn't? How come, sir?
Because until we unravel the story behind this, the case will never be completely over. DeKiller's calling card. Mr. DeKiller has yet to complete his assignment.
You mean he still might try to murder the president?
I hope I'm wrong, but if I'm not, this could all blow up into something more sinister yet. As one would expect with the attempted assassination of a president, the case was all over the news, and my preparations for Mr. Knight's trial were constantly interrupted by requests from the press. There wasn't a person in the land who didn't know about the case. Everybody was talking about it. But in the midst of the frenzy that followed, nobody noticed this was only the first move in a game far bigger than any of us could have imagined.
Yay!
Yay!
Holy
We
shit,
did
we did
it! Alright, so...
It only took us
it's
5
5 hours, but that's pretty typical.